Welcome back. Yeah, last time we fought the White Woken that appeared here, and we killed them. And I just realized, if you look at the level of all of those NPCs around here, level 11. Yeah, I probably should have come here first, because we are quite over-leveled for this area. It is pretty easy, as you saw last time. We killed those 4 White Woken easily. And yeah, that is actually not what is supposed to happen. I'll show you what is supposed to happen. Now, if you cannot kill them in one go, then something is going to happen. Wait for it. There we go.
Stop it, that tickles!
Stop it, that tickles, she says. We could still kill it, but let's not. Whoop.
We know each other. I feel like we've dated.
And off they go with us.
What happened?
What happened? That's a good question. Now, if you actually go here like when you're supposed to, whether at level 11 or something like that, then you will have a hard time fighting those 4 Void Woken. In fact, in my first playthrough, it was literally impossible to kill them before they carried me away. So, if you don't kill them, then this happens. You get carried away, and actually, your party, well, we are only 2 people. Let's see where Lohse is. Lohse is in a bad place. In a very bad place. Ooh. Ooh. That's a nice touch. Yeah. Your party is actually scattered. Scattered is the word I was looking for. And yeah, since we are only 2 people, we have 1 over here and 1 over here. I think if you have 4 people, you have 1 like somewhere over here-ish and 1 over there-ish. And yeah, you'll have to find your way back together, and that is a really cool idea. Yeah, I definitely wanted to show this. That is why I reloaded and went with this. So, Lohse obviously is in a bad position. Since we are pretty strong and they are pretty weak, Lohse can probably take care of all of this business by herself. But imagine you are here with level 11 and you do not have Lone Wolf. Then you have like some level 11 party member that is not even half as strong as Lohse over here, and he will definitely not be able to deal with those guys. So yeah, you'll have to kinda fight your way. You have to start with the other guys and fight your way over there and help them, and then so on. It's a really cool idea. So yeah, what we could of course do is simply use our teleporter pyramid, but I feel like we don't want to do that. I feel like we want to explore this place like it is supposed to do. And to do that, we will start with Beast. Beast has been put into this strange place over here, and there's a dwarf over here, Zanizima.
I read about this in last month's Avant-Garde Alchemist.
The door is locked, so we can't just run out.
Wonder where the others might be.
Although, this is a lockpick character, so let's simply pick the lock. But let's not do that. Let's talk to Zanizima. Who the hell are you?
This is impossible! Yes.
What's this, woman? I know a bomb when I see it. Out with it!
Ah, one of Lohars, are you? You should know better than to stick your clumsy fat fingers in the Queen's secret operations.
Oh. So, that is perfect. That is actually part of Beast's quest. So, she is apparently working on a bomb and for the Queen.
Beast's fists slam down hard onto the device. Shards fly from it in all directions, and a red light flickers on.
Yeah, I don't think punching a bomb is a very smart idea, buddy.
Looks like you've had some technical difficulties, eh?
I know what you look like. I'll report you. Queen Justinia will have vengeance.
What the fuck? What the hell?
The dwarven woman wrings her hands as she examines a contraption that looks broken beyond repair. Her ears twitch at your approach, but she does not turn to you.
Yes.
Yeah, this feels very weird. This dialogue now is like what just happened never happened. I mean, okay, it's still broke, but what? Looking at the complex contraption in front of her, which Beast already identified as a bomb and punched it, ask what she is doing here.
I was carrying out important scientific work for Queen Justinia at that. But some horrid brute came along and smashed it all. All my progress lost. You can't even imagine what a setback this is.
Yeah, this horrid brute that smashed it all is talking to you right now, but... okay, yeah, this is really weird. But this is actually what happens if you have some personal quest dialogue, and then after the personal quest dialogue, talk to her again, or the NPC, then you have the normal dialogue, and it completely ignores, like, the fact that you are actually the same person.
One of Lohars, are you? You should know better than to stick your clumsy fat fingers in the Queen's secret operations.
One of Lohas, please. Explain your extensive family connections to her in detail.
Oh, why didn't you say so in the first place? I'm trying to fix up this delivery device. Same little beauty the Order used to wipe out the Black Ring with the side order of elves in the last war. But I've reached the end of my tinkering abilities. Not my fault. But only the original creator could fix it now, and she'll be along any day now.
Well, as I said a couple of times before, the war against the Black Ring ended with the deployment of Death Fog. And you're telling me that thing is like a Death Fog bomb, but like a huge freaking Death Fog bomb that we just punched? Sounds like quite the device. Ask her what it does.
It delivers death fog, of course. This is a slightly modified version of what the Order used during the war.
Ask why she wants to fix this infernal device.
Queen Justinia's orders, of course. Can't really say any more than that to you.
Wonder who would make such a thing. Who's the original creator?
A lizard named Hanig. Crazy smart, crazy all round, really. She should get here from Paradise Downs any day now.
Ah, so... yeah, we met Hanak. She's one of the Source Monsters. We saved her apprentice Gwydin, if you recall. And Hanak was actually mentioning that she was on her way to see a friend when she was ambushed. So, presumably, Hanak was going here to meet her to build a bomb. A Death Fog bomb for Queen Justinia. What? What? Well, let's pick this place clean.
The payload of the Peacemaker is here.
Interesting.
I can feel its power.
The Peacemaker was that ship that got wrecked by the dwarves, and we encountered her captain actually. But nobody told us, or nobody wanted to tell us what the cargo of the Peacemaker was. Yeah, Beast just said that the cargo of the Peacemaker is here. But that is not the cargo of the Peacemaker. Well, it might be some of the cargo, but not the important part.
Oh, this is impossible!
Let's have a look at the documents we just looted. Justinia's Jackals. Okay, that's not important, but you can read that if you... oh, never mind, it seems to be important. Let's read that. Justinian's jackals. Everyone knows that dwarves are the absolute peak of military prowess on Rivellon. Naysayers will point to the lack of historical martial victories won by Justinian's armies. Yet of course such histories are biased, written by those who had the misfortune of being waylaid by our own Justinian's jackals. Kenny Zeppers to a man. Justinian's jackals own any battleground upon which they stand through combining the natural environmental elements facing them with an arsenal of tricks, elemental grenades, arrows and spells. Such is the fighting style employed by the jackals that few who have been in battle with them have ever seen them, not to mention lived to tell the tale. Scientific theories on Deathwalk. In the latter half of the century we have seen scientists striving to recreate the horrors of Deathwalk in weaponized form. No instance of this is more well known than the Divine Order's offensive against the Black Ring during the Great War. An offensive which not only destroyed the Black Ring, but decimated the elves. It is clear that the potential for use of Deathwalk in war is great indeed. Great and terrible. And who has the right to determine when it can be used? Previously, the Divine took it upon himself. But the Divine is dead. Yeah, so Deathwalk is essentially what is nuclear weapons right now, so. Letter with a large ink stain. Anak, this is our third communique. Again, we recovered the Deathwalk delivery device you made, but we need your expertise to repair and attune it. Again. Ah, so whatever they are building right there is a Deathwalk delivery device. Substantial sum of our war chest has been set aside for your aid in this endeavor. We've been sending missives to you at the Black Pits, but we understand you are in the farmlands by Driftwood. Presently, hopefully on your way here. We really need you to hurry and hope this letter finds you. The rest of the letter is covered in quite a sizable ink blot. Okay. And last is the ship's manifest. Cargo manifest. Consigner anonymous shipping from Fort Joy, Northport. Consignee anonymous delivery to the care of Magister Raymond at the port of Driftwood on Reaper's Coast. Ship the Peacemaker, Captain V. Abelweather. Yeah, we met her in the tavern. Bill of landing. Number of pieces, a lot. Weight, 2 ton and 1/3. Description of goods. 1,200 times miscellaneous weapons of ancient origin. And a bunch of stuff. Water containers. Conducting elements. Heavily reinforced barrels. And crates of mechanic parts. Routing direct. Payment on delivery. Note. Handle carefully. Deathwalk with him. Cargo will not be opened on pain of death. I will weather. Okay, so now we know what the Peacemaker cargo was. Deathwalk. So the dwarves
said there was Deathwalk. There's no Deathwalk here.
Yeah, beast. So let's combine what we learned. The Peacemaker had Deathwalk cargo, and the dwarves got their hands on the Deathwalk. Now there is a dwarf woman working on a Deathwalk delivery device for Queen Justinia, and Hanak was supposed to help with that. So the dwarves under Queen Justinia
I wouldn't give for Hanig's advice right now.
have a huge damn bomb. Question is, what do they plan on doing with it? And where's the Deathwalk now? It is not here. Now over here we have the weapon chamber key.
Lucky find.
And with that we can open this gate. And get out of here. There are vicious eggs around here. And more vicious eggs. Yeah, I don't like vicious eggs, so let's kill them. Dismembered torso.
What's this? I found something.
Oh. Something spurred over here. And it's a hole in the ground. Interesting.
Worms take you.
Oh, there's something over there. Let's grab that. Nothing.
What's this? I found something.
Another hole. Okay, the same hole. No, it's not the same hole. I'm... where else? I don't want to go there just yet. Let's check out this hole. Okay, that's... never mind. Why would I want to go there? There's nothing there. Interesting. Okay, so... yeah.
Got to be kidding me.
What?
Got to be kidding me.
Ah, white rope. Yeah. Do I do something? Thanks.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you can imagine this is rather tough if you are, well, level 11 and don't have Lone Wolf. But in my case, yeah, pretty easy.
I'll yield to you now.
There we go. Dead dwarfs. I'd like to loot. And that's it. You can of course use the teleporter pyramids. Although in my first playthrough actually the character that was over here was webbed. So it couldn't do anything actually, it was like armor stun. Very interesting place. Let's see. It's a dead end. And that's presumably the way out. Locked. Let's go to the waypoint shrine. There's nothing here. Let's go to the waypoint shrine and then play as Lohse and go there too to meet up.
You've got to be kidding me.
More Void Woken. These guys have a lot of magical armor, but thankfully that does not concern me.
More Voidwoken. This day just gets better and better.
There we go. Yeah, this is of course extremely easy now that we are so over-leveled. Extremely easy. So yeah, here is the way out. Use that ladder to get to that last part where we could have jumped down, or we got carried away. More eggs. It's not safe to rest here.
The Reaper for me.
That is locked too. And that is locked too. Oh, there. Let's go over to the waypoint. This is a... No, it's not a dead end. We could jump over here to Lohse. I think Lohse is fine. She can handle herself, right? Yeah, let's deal with that business over here. Oh, what's that? Empiric Void Worm. Ah, yeah, we encountered those before. In the Black Pits. In the excavation site. Sure, let's just kill it. There's more. I don't think we can kill him, so let's just knock him down. We might have been able to kill him. Those eggs, I don't know if they do anything. It might be that they take some turns to hatch. Oh, there's more over here. Oh, whatever. Yeah, they hatch. Semantic laughter.
Into the dark with you.
What? That still lives.
Meet your maker.
So up here there's one more somewhere. There. Volatile whiteling, in fact.
Nice, doesn't it?
There we go. Yeah, not much of a problem around here. Fairly easy, actually. Let's do some looting.
What's this? I found something.
Yeah, over here we can actually get out.
I wonder where the others might be.
Yeah, that's where Beast is. But let me just loot that place before we meet up with Beast. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's go to Beast. And clear out those void vulnerable.
I'm ready.
There we go. Now, over here is another part that we can reach from here, I believe. So let's take this way. Yeah, we'll have to explore this area and this area. Now, over here there are some more eggs.
God, kidding me.
Oh yeah. Oh, we just tried the gate, I think. Whoops. There is nothing over here. So let's go through here. There are more eggs and more eggs. Are there spirits around? Yes. Colored saucer.
The spirit twists and turns in front of you. It looks lost. It looks scared. It looks desperate.
Reach out to touch the spirit.
As your hand passes through the ghost, you feel its fear flow into you. You feel its confusion. You feel hands on the hard stone, ripped skin where the monster grabbed you. You're surrounded by darkness.
Concentrate and push the spirit to creep forward slowly and silently.
You start to slowly creep forward. Your hand touches the floor. It's slick with something. There's liquid on the ground. It's wet. It's warm. Oh gods, you pray it's not blood. You summon your magic, and a tiny light flickers. You're kneeling in a clear pool of liquid. It isn't blood. You look up into dozens of eyes glittering in the dark. A long drip of saliva falls from the shadows. It isn't blood.
Yummy.
You're flung from the vision, screaming ringing in your ears. Back in your own body, you double over, trying not to retch.
So yeah, considering where Lohse was put, I guess, yeah, they pick up the sorcerers and eat their spawn with them.
More void woken. This day just gets better and better.
There are no white ones. I really hate these frame drops when the game is saving. Really, really annoying. And it has been getting worse and worse. Now, what do we have here? A possessed rogue. And more eggs. kill the axe first. And then talk to the possessed rogue.
I can't hear nothing. Nothing but that voice. It won't stop, it never stops.
He has a bucket on his head.
The dwarf starts to sob quietly, with his hands pressed over his ears.
Ask where you can find Mordus.
The dwarf turns, startled by your voice. There's a look of panic in his rich blue eyes.
How can I see his eyes when he has a bucket on his head?
Mordus? He was here. Locked away, waiting for Lohse. Then...
The dwarf turns away and roars at a shadow.
Oh, shut up! Stop! Please, just stop, please!
He grabs your arm, pawing at you while his mouth moves silently. His blue eyes swirl, turning an oily black as you watch.
Okay, so they captured Mordus, but he escaped and probably possessed them? How could Mordus have such power? Okay, two guys, yeah, not a big problem. That's not one. That's not two. Oh, let's talk to their spirits.
The ghost sways from side to side, the firelight flickering through the shade of what he used to be.
Ask the ghost what happened here.
The spirit reaches out to you. As you touch its hand, you see flashes of its past. You see a dwarf trying to sneak into a room filled with barrels, barrels covered in the marks of death.
Death
There is
Fork.
a distant shout, and he bolts, scrabbling for freedom.
Yeah, where is the Death Fork?
He's chased to an office, to a vault. Guards are posted as he cowers inside, and you wait for word from Driftwood.
Ah, that
The
must
words
be...
you hear aren't the words you expected.
That must be Mordus. Mordus sneaked in here, found the Death Fork, and was chased to an office. That's what posted. Huh?
You hear the dwarf's voice. You hear whispers of violence. You hear the screams of your friends.
Yeah, the dwarf refers to Mordus. So Mordus did indeed possess them, but how could he do that?
The ghost pulls back, exhausted, and the vision fades.
Do you have to add something to that?
We nabbed Mordus trying to pinch a death fog machine. If I'd known this would happen, I would have just let him have it.
Okay. So Mordus was interested in the Death Fork machine, which presumably is that bomb they were working on. Anyway, let's loot this. Okay, good enough. Well, let's get around here, so... Let's go over here and check this area out. This is the last area we have not explored yet.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, definitely. More avoidable. No need to bother for enrage and stuff. Can easily kill them. There's a vicious egg over there. And possessed dwarves. And this seems to be all the contraband the dwarves got from the ships. Oh, there's more. And that's it.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Okay, let's loot. Wait a second, there are ghosts, right? Oh, there's actually... oh, another sorcerer. Well, let's talk to the ghost first.
The spirit's hands are clamped firmly over her ears. Her mouth is firmly closed, and her eyes are squeezed shut. As you reach out, you hear a dry, crackling voice.
Kill the dwarves. They are not your friends. They are not your allies. They must die. They must all die. And when the eggs hatch, when beautiful life bursts forth, give yourself to it. Lay down your head and rest. Your duty will be done.
Ooh, so not only did he order the dwarves to kill their comrades, they were also to offer themselves to the Voidwoken as food. Nice.
Let them come. Do not fight it. Let them bite you. Let them feed.
You pull away with a jerk, gasping for breath. The dwarf whimpers a little in front of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Modus is definitely working with the Voidwoken.
Never thought I'd be relieved to die like that. If you hadn't come along, I would have been eaten by them damn hatchlings we were guarding.
Ask the spirit what happened to you.
I wish I could tell you, but my brain ain't quite straight. It's still full of Mordus's fog. All I know is I were to guard those eggs with my life. And once they cracked open, I was to lay down my weapon and let them eat me. You spared me from that at least. Thank you.
Ask about Modus. How could he have done this?
Be damned if I know. We had him locked up tight in the hole beneath his office, waiting for Lohse's go-ahead before we threw him off the cliff. Then, the next thing you know, I hear this voice. His voice. Telling me to kill. And my hand went for my dagger.
Okay. Let's talk to the colored sorcerer too.
They ate me alive. The little ones. Once they burst out of their eggs, they ate me screaming. I don't understand. Why did this happen? Why wasn't the Divine here to save me?
Reassure the ghost that there'll be a new Divine soon. This won't ever happen again.
Too little, too late. I'm already dead.
Yeah, well.
And Revellon's been on its own for too long now.
Maybe. Anyway, let's loot. Huh, you can actually share Lucky Charm now. Interesting. So it doesn't matter who loots. That is really nice. But don't they both have the same amount of Lucky Charm? They do. So what? If two characters have Lucky Charm, you have double the chance? It appears so? That is weird. This is the first time this pop-up came. Strange. Very, very strange. Okay, so, last place to loot is this fancy bedroom place. One of the character, if you have a 4-player party, starts here, by the way, if you get picked. There is a drunken spirit. I loot first before we talk to him. Okay, that's it. Yeah, let's talk to that ghost.
The dwarf sways in front of you. His eyes are unfocused, and he seems to be mumbling something to himself.
Lean in to hear what eldritch message the ghost might have for you.
84 tankards of beer in a cave, 84 tankards of beer.
A good old eldritch message.
Pick one up, tip back your cup.
The ghost grasps at the handle of his mug and stares in confusion as his hand passes right through it. 4
tankards of beer. Oh no, that ain't right.
off and politely ask the dwarf what he's doing.
I'm just trying to enjoy one last drink before I go on duty. I'll be down guarding Mordus. Gets cold down in that vault. Figured a drink or two to guard against the chill wouldn't hurt, eh?
A vault? Where is it? Where's Mordus hiding?
Hiding? Ha! He ran to that vault like a rat with his what's it on fire? Tail! It's underneath his office, ain't no way out. We just sealed him in and posted a guard. And once Lohse gets here, he'll deal with him. Won't be pretty neither.
Say the... well, yeah. Let the ghost rest up here. You heard he has the day off.
Is that fact? Well, no, that's a fine thing.
The ghost tries to pick up his mug again, fumbles, and stares at it in confusion.
Slippery little devil, ain't ya?
Okay, that's it around here, so let's get out of here. We still have to find and deal with Mordus. Let's see if we can find him.
How many of you creeps do I have to beat?
Now, I still want to go up there, but how the hell am I supposed to get up there? It is... There's no way to get to it. Fuck. Can't reach. Yeah, can't reach. I can't teleport up there from down here, and I can't teleport up down there from up here. So, how the hell are you supposed to reach that? No idea. Anyway, I think we found Mordus. There he is. Wait a second.
I will find a way to complete the ritual. I must. My lord is not forgiving.
His lord? He's an undead, right? What? Let's go talk to him. Drop a save first, maybe. A bunch of dwarves around here.
I will be unstoppable. My power will be complete. Okay, you made it all the way here, you creeping little maggots. Have you wriggled up to bow to me? Has Lohse sent you to beg forgiveness for his sins?
Yeah, he's definitely undead.
My lord had faith. He came to me when Lohse failed the queen.
Yeah, so Lohse refused to work with the queen, and well, we know now that the queen is planning to use death fog against what we don't know, but Lohse was apparently not okay with that. And yeah, that's a good thing. So let's see.
And as a reward for my service, he has granted me his favor. He has granted me Mord Akhaim.
Okay, so his lord is whoever is the lord of the Voidwoken. So yeah, what the hell is Mord Akhaim? Demand to know who his lord is.
You are not worthy to know my savior. But if you won't bow to me in this life, you'll bow to him in the next.
Okay, that was that for the conversation. So yeah, you can deal with those guys. That's all nice. You just go up there, please, and deal with them. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's more initiative than Lohse. That's annoying. Well, well, well. Who's next?
I'm ready.
Ah, this guy's next. Can't reach that guy. No. Let's hope that guy doesn't disable beast. That would suck. But yeah, well, Lohse can take care of that situation herself, I guess. Let's go with a slowdown arrow. Didn't kill him. Well, let's kill him then.
Please!
Oh.
No! Mercy! Mercy!
Oh. That was a short fight.
The Master Sorcerer throws up his pocked, cracked arms to defend himself as you step forward.
Yeah, he's actually one of the Source Masters, so say that you'll consider mercy, but there's something you need from him first.
The undead dwarf looks quickly over its shoulder, his gaze darting from shadow to shadow.
Of course! Anything! Just name it!
You need to learn how to channel more Source. If he helps you, he might walk out of this cave.
What? Source?
The skeleton slowly lowers his arms, staring at you in disbelief.
Of course! You're Godwoken! You seek power! Ultimate power! And I worried we could not find common ground. Yes, Godwoken, I can teach you. If you swear you won't banish me to the afterlife.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like someone's beat me to it already.
The death of the flesh is one of the smallest deaths. I have not passed on to the Hall of Echoes, nor do I ever intend to. Please, Godwoken, let me walk away, and I swear I will show you all I know.
Wonder what he's so afraid of.
That is not important. Just please tell me, do we have an accord or not?
It's now that he's not in any position to bargain.
Am I not? How many others have survived the Magister's witch hunt?
The skull before you curls into a maggot-eating grin.
No, you need me. So I teach you and you spare me. Do we have an accord?
Not currently, that sounds fair.
Praise be. Very well, Godwoken. Listen carefully. Source and void, day and night, love and hate. One is meaningless without the other.
Ah, this is the first time we hear that, actually. I mean, the Whitewoken are interested in Source, but what is actually the connection between Source and Void?
To grow your source, to achieve your potential, you must embrace the void.
The grinning skeleton reaches into the folds of his robes and pulls out a small black mass. It's covered in veins and oozing pus.
Yeah.
Here, Godwoken. Take a bite.
Are you kidding me? Look at him in disgust. What is that?
The finest meal you'll find in this cave. The heart of a Voidwoken.
Ugh.
The presence inside you stirs, pushing you to eat it. Do not fear, a voice whispers. Do what must be done.
Perhaps not the most appetizing thing around, but if you truly want to channel more source...
The skeleton extends his arm, jiggling the heart towards you. A glob of dark yellow pus oozes through the bones of his palm and drips to the ground.
Yummy. You're not eating anything, Sarge. Do you want to tell you another way?
You can demand until we're both dust. That's the only answer I have to give. If you don't like it, you can wait until they arrive to take a bite out of you.
I could try.
The decision is yours, Godwoken. I'll not wait here for you to make it.
With a groan of dread, snatched the black heart from his hand and quickly bite into it.
The thick pus explodes into your mouth, coating the back of your throat. You can feel it running down your throat like rancid custard.
Yummy.
You start to retch, your body struggling to reject this intruder. But your teeth clamp down hard on the fibrous, gritty flesh as you force yourself to chew and swallow. Deep within you, you feel something change. Your soul opens up, and you feel it swell as new channels for source start to flow through you. You swallow all you can. And despite the meat in your stomach, you feel a new space inside you, a potential waiting to be filled.
There, I held up my end of the bargain. I did as you asked. And now I'm getting as far from this cave as my bones will take me.
Step to the side and block him. You still have some questions.
Mortis looks at you in alarm.
God's graves, please be quick.
Crack your knuckles and ask why he tried to kill Lohse.
He wanted the death folk destroyed. Once he knew his rats had found it in the Peacemaker's wreck, he wanted it destroyed. The greatest weapon Rivellon has ever seen lands in his lap, and he ordered the barrels thrown into the ocean.
I don't think that is a good idea, throwing barrels of Deathfog into the ocean.
We couldn't let it happen. We needed it. So I took control.
But how? How did he control the dwarves?
The power gifted to me. The power of Mordecai. The power to bend the feeble-minded to my will. And so much more.
Yo, we still don't know what Mordecai is.
It was a gift from... It was a gift.
Grab him by the collarbones and the Monty tells you about the Deathfog.
Ah! The Queen! It's the Queen! She saw what Deathfog did to the Black Ring. She saw it destroy the Elven Forest. She said the dwarves needed power like that. And he told me to make sure she got it. He told me to ensure they got to... Oh, Arcs. The barrels were going to Arcs.
Holy crap. So, yeah, we've heard of Arcs before, and I probably mentioned this before, but Arcs is some kind of very big city in Rivellon. I don't know if it's the capital. Might be, actually. In any way, it's a very big city. So, if she plans to release the Deathfog in Arcs, that could kill a shit ton of innocents. Ask what has him so spooked.
I can't! He'll hear! He'll know! He'll find me! He'll come!
So now that you're already here, he will tell you.
If I tell you, I die. Or worse.
Mordus takes a step back, looking about in half-crazed panic.
I can't. I can't! Not now! It's too late! It's all too late!
Demand that he tells you what you want to know.
The dwarf sets his jaw and firmly refuses to speak until you ask him something else.
You don't have time for this. If he won't tell you what he's hiding, you'll force it out of him.
What? No, I can't!
You grab the dwarf's old brittle arm and follow through with your knee. There's a dry snapping sound as the crumbling bone cracks and gives way.
Ah! No! Stop! Stop! I beg you! I'll tell you!
You relent, and the dwarf stumbles back, cradling his fractured arm and whimpering.
It's him! The one the Seven rejected. The god.
It's him, the one the Seven rejected. The god. His lord. Probably that god king or whatever. And yeah, the Seven rejected him, so...
The dwarf is interrupted by another crack. You see his femur has developed a break. The fracture spreads, shearing the bone in two. Mordus stumbles to the ground, oddly silent. He looks up, and you see that his jaw is cracked, broken, and falling to pieces. Fissures are starting to run across his skull, and his ribs start to snap and fall one by one.
Step back from the crumbling skeleton. I hope it's not contagious.
Mordus reaches out to you, his quivering hand desperately grasping for help until it snaps cleanly in half and falls to the floor. You hear the tiniest whimper from the skeleton before his face caves in, as if smashed with an invisible mace, and the body lies still and silent.
It feels like there's fire in my blood. I never imagined such power.
Once more, you feel your soul expand with raw source. Deep inside, your visitor calls for you again. You should perform the Meister's ritual one last time, here or in Siva's vault.
Okay, let's talk to Beast.
The thought of Deathfog gives you pause. A weapon like that should give everyone pause.
Who wakes up in the morning and thinks, today I'll invent something that'll be able to murder people by the hundreds?
I wouldn't use this garbage against my worst enemies. Some lines ought never to be crossed.
Actually, yeah, you still want to talk, right? Because that is your quest.
Deathfog. Nasty stuff. Overkill for a bunch of scattered rebels, though. Justinia's stooping lower than even I thought possible.
Rebels? Yeah, well, the Deathfog was shipped to Arks, and yeah, there are no dwarves in Arks, there are humans in Arks. I don't think she intends to fight the rebels. Suggests that maybe the rebels aren't her only target.
Hard to say. That mad doctor Isbale's the one who pulls the Queen's strings. No idea who's pulling hers.
What? Who's Isbale?
All I know is that we don't want Deathfog catching a ride on the roaring Ark's winds. Long as that stuff's around, no one's safe.
That is right. Let's see if we can talk about that some more.
Not much of a landlubber, but sometimes I get no choice in the matter. Besides, there's business to take care of.
Yeah, who's Isbale?
Listen, when I was wee, one of Laura's manservants used to tell an old lizard tale. Once, when the ancient empire stretched across all Rivellon, there was an emperor called Reza. A good lizard, but a sickly one. Scales flaking off, eyes bugging out, that kind of thing. One day, a doctor came to him. Zin was his name, and Zin said he could cure the Emperor's disease. The Emperor agreed to his poultice of herbs and black rose petals, and it worked. The Emperor was, it seems, cured, as long as he continued treatment. This didn't please the Emperor's advisor, Gaul, however. Gaul didn't want Reza cured, for he planned to inherit the Empire. So he convinced the Emperor that someone like Zin had the power to both cure and kill. On his advice, Reza had the doctor executed. With Zin dead, the Emperor's disease returned. The sickness took him soon after. The hateful Gaul took his place, ushering in a century of misery. Yeah, not a fun story to tell a kid thinking back on it.
Yeah, and what does that have to do with Isbale?
Anywho, Isbale's been at the Queen's side for years, poisoning her mind with her filth. She's like two things from that story. She's the advisor, and she's the disease.
Okay.
And me, I'm going to be the cure. That metaphor works, right? I'm going with a yes.
Sure. Alright, when he smashed that bomb, let's comment on that. He destroyed that woman's machine, asked if that wasn't a little rash.
First of all, I'm rash. If this comes as some kind of surprise, you've not been paying attention. Second of all, that tinkerer or weaponsmith or whatever she was wasn't knitting a sweater. That thing was made to kill dwarves with Deathfog, and I was made to smash it.
Yeah, it is not made to kill dwarves.
Any questions? No? Good.
Yeah, what do you suggest we do next?
You ever eat so much you feel like you're going to burst? Well, I'm feeling like that. Except it ain't my belly that's full, it's whatever place the source goes. I mean, is there like a source stomach we've got? How's that work exactly?
Good question.
I reckon the Meister will want to know about this. So will our gods. And then there's Justinia. I've got to get to Arks, and soon if I want to keep that Deathfog out of her hands.
Alright. So, we've dealt with mortars. We've done a lot of things actually in here. We've got our maximum capacity for source, so next up is another little visit to Meister Siever and a little talk to our gods or whatever. And that's not good. Yeah, then there are still some areas like Paradise Downs that we have to explore before we will finally and ultimately make our way to Blood Moon Island, which will further our personal storyline. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on Blood Moon Island. We have to reconstruct Anathema and yeah, a lot of stuff. In any case, this is enough for this episode. So thanks for watching and see you next time.